In today's video, we are going to take a look at what it's really like living with parrots. Spoiler alert, it's not all sunshine and happiness. Turn up your volume if you dare. This is a must-see video for any birdie thinking about adopting a feathered friend. Hey flockers! Today's video is a little different. We're going to take a close look at what it's really like living with feathered friends. On Instaflock, Facebeak, and Twitter, you see the curated side of the flock. So cute, so cuddly, and OMG, I want one is the automatic reaction. But what's it really like? To start with, a parrot is different from a cat or a dog. It's still very much a wild animal with all of the natural instincts that have contributed to a long life in the wild. Some of these instincts don't translate quite as well to living inside a house. I'm going to talk about 5 things that you need to know before you adopt one of my cousins. Too many of them have been abandoned to live in rescues because humans didn't know what it's like living with parrots. Number 1, the noise. Nothing quite prepares you for the noise of a parrot. Moluccans hold the record as the loudest bird, reaching as much as 135 decibels. For context, on takeoff a jet airplane produces 120 to 140 decibels. Loud enough to cause hearing damage, and loud enough to really annoy the neighbors. Smaller parrots can be loud enough to wake the entire neighborhood, loud enough to wake the dead. I hope you don't live close to a graveyard. I hear zombies can be real pests. There are many reasons that parrots scream. The morning and evening contact call, well, that's a natural instinct. Seeking a mate, the joy, the frustration of hormones, because it will piss off the human, or just for no reason at all. Nothing, and I do mean nothing, prepares you for the noise. The noise. Number 2, the mess. Do you have visions of having a perfectly clean, neat and tidy home? Do you have visions of owning a parrot? These two visions are not compatible. Parrots are messy. They drop food when they eat, they tear up paper, chew wood, and are constantly losing feathers and bits of down. Are you into modern art? You are in luck. Soft foods become an art form as they are flung. Walls, floors, and ceilings are enthusiastically decorated in the colors of bloodbath pomegranate, bright red cherry spatter, and green masticated peas. Not always the easiest thing to clean up. Cockatoos are especially challenging to the vision of a home straight out of Better Homes and Gardens magazine. A healthy cockatoo produces powder. It doesn't seem to matter how often they shower. Special feathers crumble into a powder down, which is a fine, waxy dust that coats feathers, beaks, skin, and feet. This dust also coats floors, couches, tables, and clothing. It gets everywhere. A lot of powder. Did I mention the powder? Owning a bird is a lifetime commitment to cleaning cages, food, and water bowls. Not to mention the house. When you get a parrot, house cleaning is your new hobby. Parrots think their water bowl is great, not just for drinking, but also bathing, dropping bits of food, using as a trash can and a toilet. 5 minutes after changing the water, you have a bowl of birdie soup that needs to be changed again. Number 3, behavioral problems. Say it ain't so. Parrots have a lot of adapting to do to live in a house with humans. Too many wind up in rescues or are bounced house to house to house to house to house because people can't put up with the behavioral problems. That cute, cuddly baby parrot in the pet store hasn't developed any of these problems yet, but they will. The cute ball of feathers will hit the terrible 2s, and the terrible 3s, and the terrible 4s, and the terrible 5s, and you get the picture. They will hit sexual maturity. A frustrated parrot is sure to take it out on the entire flock. Remember, most parrots have the emotional EQ of a 2-year-old. They are the center of the universe and are not emotionally mature enough to deal with the world. Have you ever seen a 2-year-old child throw a tantrum? Yeah, that's what you could be putting up with for the rest of your life. Parrots are naturally part of a flock. They need attention. They need a lot of attention. It's not enough to just take them out of the cage once a week when you have a few spare minutes. They're part of the family. Too many people see them as part of the decor. Put yourself in their cage. Would you be happy being locked up in a cage for most of your life without interacting with the flock? Probably not. Even introverts benefit from quality time and entertainment. When you first get the parrot, you will spend a lot of time paying attention to it, but life happens. And you go from cuddling for hours a day to leaving them in the cage all day. What are they to think? Your parrot goes from being smothered in love to abject rejection. And cockatoos are very intelligent, emotional birds. Out of the blue, a parrot can suddenly decide that they hate a family member with a vengeance. This can put lots of stress on a marriage if the bird decides they hate your spouse or child. Sometimes it happens without any reason, but sometimes it's because they see the family member taking away attention that is rightfully theirs. So, what are the behaviors that are so terrible? Biting, screaming, plucking, self-mutilation, property destruction, just to name a few. When faced with these behaviors and a feathered fiend who's acting out, you start to rethink their name. Perhaps Apophis, Asmodeus, or Beelzebub would have been more appropriate. I can tell you from first claw experience that when I left my first home at 10 years of age, I was a real handful. They just wanted to get rid of me. And who can blame them? I was living in a dark basement being ignored. I was also screaming, biting, attacking, and generally angry with the entire world. My pet woman refers to the bird that I was back then as the Amityville horror with feathers. That probably sums it up. I'm not quite sure why she stuck it up and put it up with me. I'm not sure that I would have. Number 4, Destructopet. A parrot is a one-beaked demolition crew. Chewing is healthy and destroying things is a lot of fun. It's not as much fun for the human when they have to deal with the destruction, however. Unattended for even a moment, a parrot can very quickly destroy a treasured piece of furniture with instant birdie splintering satisfaction. Did you like that antique grandfather clock? It was delicious. The wallpaper peeled off the wall nicely, and I put a brand new hole in the drywall just for you. Hope you like it. I think the door frame looks better with large splinters. You didn't mind that I chewed the wooden bed frame to splinters, or that I pulled the carpet apart, or that I threw your favorite coffee cup on the floor. Did you? Number 5, forever and a day. Are you prepared to make a lifetime commitment? Remember, some parrots can live as long as 80 years. That's longer than most marriages last. Think very, very carefully before you say I do to adopting a parrot. If your lifestyle changes, you get married or divorced, have children, change careers, are you still going to be able to keep your commitment to your parrot? A parrot isn't a couch that you can just give away when you get tired of the pattern. A parrot is a flock member that comes with a lifetime commitment. They see you as part of their flock, and they need you as much as a 2-year-old child would. They simply can't understand if you don't see them the same way. You need to uphold your part of the bargain. Remember, I'm not just cute and cuddly. I can be obnoxiously loud, dreadfully messy, bite very, very hard, and I have some nasty, sharp, black, pointy bits too. Before adopting, stop and think. Think again, think again, think again, think again. Make sure you know what you're getting yourself in for. There are far too many parrots locked in cages and housed in shelters because they're just being parrots. But if you're the right person to dedicate your life to a feathered companion, it can be a wonderful thing. If you're living with a parrot and struggling with some of the behaviors, have faith that things can change. I was rescued and I've come a long way to trust the world. It's possible. Please share this with any birdie you know who's thinking about adopting a feathered companion, and share your experiences in the comment section below.